adjective clauses, avoiding errors. In this lesson, you'll learn how to avoid common errors related to adjective clauses. Rule number 1. A sentence with an adjective clause needs 2 verbs. Both of these sentences are wrong because they each only have 1 verb. Remember, an adjective clause needs a verb, but the main clause also needs a verb. In the first sentence, we have a verb in the adjective clause, but there is no verb in the main clause. How can you fix it? Here's how. In this photo, Jamal is the guy who is in the middle. In the second sentence, we have a verb in the main clause, but we're missing a verb in the adjective clause. Can you fix it? Here's one way. These are some children who live on my block. So remember, a sentence with an adjective clause needs 2 verbs. Rule number 2. The adjective clause goes after the noun it modifies. This sentence has a good adjective clause, but it's in the wrong place. How would you fix it? Well, here's the adjective clause. What noun does it describe? It's describing students. That means we need to move this adjective clause to directly after students. Here's the correct sentence. Students who want to learn another language have to work hard. Remember, the adjective clause comes after the noun it's modifying. Rule number 3. Do not forget a subject pronoun in an adjective clause. Do you see a missing pronoun in the adjective clause here? Where would you put who or that? How about right here? I'm looking for someone who can teach my son guitar, or I'm looking for someone that can teach my son guitar. It's okay to leave out an object pronoun in an adjective clause, but not a subject pronoun. Rule number 4. Do not repeat the pronoun that has been replaced in the adjective clause. There is an extra word in this sentence that we don't need. Can you find the word that you should remove? Look at the adjective clause. It's in there. Who is she in the adjective clause? That means we don't need she. She is a double subject. So we only need who. The company hired a woman who can speak 3 languages. Here's a similar mistake. This time, the extra word is an object. Can you find the word that we should remove? Well, here's a hint. In this adjective clause, that is an object pronoun. It means it, the watch. That means we don't need this it. It is a double object. So simply remove that it. My brother gave me a watch that I can use when I exercise. Again, don't repeat pronouns that have been replaced. Finally, rule number 5. Use the correct verb form. Sometimes when we write an adjective clause, we forget to make our verb agree with the noun that it modifies. Each of these sentences has an error in the verb form. Can you fix these sentences? In the first one, people is plural. So that means our verb should also be plural. And in the second one, a friend is singular. So our verb should be singular. We can fix it in this way. Here are the correct sentences. People who live near the ocean are fortunate. I have a friend who lives near the ocean. Now you know how to avoid common errors related to adjective clauses.